You know, one of the goals of this hunt, moose being literally a once-in-a-lifetime tag, you fill your tag in Colorado, you never get to do it again. And knowing that I wanted a good representation of the species, because it is once in a lifetime, I didn't want to just shoot the first thing I saw. You know, they're here now.
You've only got so much time. This big bull that we had the encounter with was the third or fourth day of the hunt, and we finally find something that would be worthy of going after.
We hiked back into a meadow a couple miles, and from across the meadow you could just see moose antlers. So you knew he was probably a pretty good one. You start looking through the binoculars, and he was a nice bull that we wanted to get on.
So we're gonna move in. This may be a shooter bull. We're gonna find out.
Okay, here we go.
We can get in on him. We can get within 30 yards of him. You see the bull that you're wanting to go after, and he's bedded. And so we start making our move in.
This was it. This was the one. This was the chance. And he spooked and stood up. So we kept moving in and got to close to 50 yards. He was immediately on high alert. A few more steps in, he knew something was up, and he was gone.
Well, this is family related, so you can do whatever you want.
My name is Stacy Greathouse. I am a mom of 4, married to Sean Greathouse, and I am the office manager at Hamsky Archery Solutions. Archery has become just a way of life for us. When Sean and I were still dating, he bought me my first bow, so he introduced me to archery.
I gave up an antelope hunt to go on a date with her the first time I met her. That's not normal for me to give up bow hunting. I knew that this was potentially my future bride. Therefore, it was very important for me to get her involved in, something that I enjoyed, knowing that we could do this together and then someday as a family.
So it's just kind of become ingrained in our family.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna go shoot the team shoot.
As soon as our 2 oldest girls were old enough to have bows in their hands, he had them out shoot. And our weekends were spent at local tournaments, at jamborees at the area, camping at bow hunters' weekends. As they've gotten older, he and I get out a little bit more to hunt together. I do that to be with him. I don't think I would hunt if I was just on my own. I love and respect women that want to do that. I am one that wants to do it with my husband. Such a passion for him, he was able to turn it into a business in his career, starting Hamsky Archery with his business partner, 15 years ago now. So it's just kind of core to our family at this point. Rifle hunting is not my thing. Like, I didn't have the desire to go again or do it again, or if I can't do it with a bow, I'd rather just not do it. I think a big part of archery in general and hunting is as much mental as it is physical, to overcome and accomplish and get to and do all the things that you have to do to archery hunt. That's part of what makes it fun, because you get to get in closer to the animals and more in the environment. Sounds terrible to say, but with a rifle, the animal can be a ridge away, like so far away you can barely see them. And to me, there's not as much sport in that as when you have to get into the animal's environment. You have to get on their level, on their terms, and you got to get up close and personal. Let's do it, because he was really just do it. And you got to figure out how to maneuver and navigate and get through the wilderness environment to get an opportunity at an animal. You get something different out of it when you can see an animal at 30 yards versus 300 yards. You don't get those experiences anywhere else but archery hunting. Yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it, down to would I be able to fire an arrow at an animal. Like, that's not It's not something you take lightly. Several days into the hunt, there was this one area with willows. Beautiful, kind of a magical place the way you walk through the willows and the mountains on either side of you. So that's where I want to hunt. John went back and forth between raking and grunting, and we could hear him coming in. Didn't know how big, didn't know what was coming in.
You know, we kept calling and he's coming in, and I just start kind of seeing little bits and pieces of paddles kind of through the willows.
I see him.
And Stacy's like, "Is he a good one?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Holy crap. Okay, but I should wait. Am I good to go? He's gonna go down. Holy crap. Holy crap. My whole body is shaking. Holy crap. Let's give her some time. That makes me feel so much better. It's kind of always a surreal moment walking up to an animal. There's, of course, relief that I've made a good shot and the animal has gone down and relatively quickly.
Look at that shot.
Just give me a minute. There's always a moment of reverence is the only word I can think of knowing you took a life. There's a moment of relief. Takes me the longest to get to that moment of accomplishment, that moment of, I just did this. And then there's always probably a moment of sadness, a sadness for killing an animal. It's done, right? And this tag in particular, it's done and you never get to do it again. That's rough. It's done and it's over. And now, you know, there's the work that begins after you kill an animal. Better soak up all of the last of this, right?
You are
Right there.
right
Blue
here.
dot.
You're
Holy cow.
maybe 50 yards from where Taylor killed her bull. No. Taylor, what just happened?
I just shot a bull. He's down.
I have those memories of being in that magical area, and for her to sort of recognize that this is a magical area, I was excited actually to go back. In this environment that's got all the vibrant colors, the mystical fog, God painted this scene that's burned into our memory. So what does hunting mean to you?
What does hunting mean to me? You have that moment of, I don't know if I want to hunt because I don't know if I can actually shoot the arrow at an animal. And I think that's a great place to be. I think all of us should have that respect for life. What you experience even just going and what you get out of it is far more than a harvested animal and meat in the freezer. The sense of accomplishment, the pushing yourself past limits, and it's really difficult to put into words because you have to experience it. I think every hunt I've been on, when I get done, you realize you're far capable of more than you thought. But you don't know if you don't try it. I think I would encourage people, men and women, to just try it, to just experience it, because what you get from the journey, I can't think of any other environment or event or activity you could create that you would get what you get from a hunting experience.